Okay, so then explain it to me, man. How does that work? How's Ishmael a father of Jacob when Ishmael in the Bible had nothing to do with Jacob? He had his own 12 sons and he married an Egyptian, unless the Quran is assuming that Ishmael is the father of Isaac who fathered Jacob.
Yeah, that's a question.
Well, you got to answer, man.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me that Quran is insufficient by itself.
I'm telling you, the Quran makes no sense without the Bible, but the Bible shows the Quran cannot be from God.
But that's also true that the Bible confirms the Quran in several passages.
No, it doesn't. It shows that Allah cannot be the God of the Bible. Who is the mother of Ishmael and Isaac?
Mother of Ishmael and Isaac?
Yeah.
Ishmael and Isaac was Sarah.
So Ishmael and Isaac's mother was Sarah?
Yeah.
You just contradicted Islam. They say Ishmael's mother is Hagar, but thank you. Now, secondly, where does the Quran say that Ishmael and Isaac's mother is Sarah?
I'm not a scholar. I have to seek knowledge.
So, but here I'm using the Quran to prove
okay
that Muhammad is an antichrist. So why would you come in if you're not ready? For example, is Isaac the father of Jacob?
Isaac the father of Jacob? Yeah.
And who's the father of Isaac?
Who's the father of Isaac? Abraham.
No, here in Quran says to Jacob, it says, we will serve thy God, the God of thy fathers, Abraham, Ishmael, and Isaac. So Abraham cannot be the father of Jacob because here it says, Abraham, Ishmael, and Isaac, they are the fathers of Jacob. Now, Isaac is the father of Jacob, right?
Isaac is the father of Jacob, yes.
Is Abraham the father of Ishmael?
Abraham is the father of Ishmael.
That means if I follow the order, Abraham is the father of Ishmael, Ishmael's the father of Isaac, Isaac is the father of Jacob. So now your Quran has Isaac being the son of Ishmael.
Well, that's not... Is that Quran?
Yes, Surah Al-Baqarah.
Okay, let me read that.
Yep, read it.
So thy God and the God of thy father. Okay, God of thy fathers. They're not giving us. How do I put it? They're not giving the chronological order that Abraham begotten Ishmael.
Lying. You're lying because did Abraham father Ishmael?
Yeah, he did, but
and did Isaac father Jacob?
Yeah, and Isaac father Jacob. Yes.
Listen. Then how is it not chronological? You just admit this is chronological because Abraham's the father of Ishmael. And Isaac is the father of Jacob. That's chronological. So then why are you now denying this is chronological? So you're lying to me.
Because it said thy father. That Abraham, Ishmael, and Isaac are all the fathers.
No, Ishmael, unless Ishmael fathered Isaac, he's not a father of Jacob because Ishmael has no connection with Jacob. So how's Ishmael his father if you don't take it chronologically?
Okay.
So let's try the chronology because you try to get around it. Did Abraham father Ishmael? Is that chronological?
Yeah, sure.
And is Isaac the father of Jacob? Is that chronological?
Isaac the father of Jacob? Yeah, sure.
But then why do you now deny this chronology when it says Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, whereas in the Quran itself, it'll mention that Abraham and Isaac are the fathers of Jacob. And you wouldn't deny that's chronological, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so then explain it to me, man. How does that work? How's Ishmael a father of Jacob when Ishmael in the Bible had nothing to do with Jacob? He had his own 12 sons. And he married an Egyptian, unless the Quran is assuming that Ishmael is the father of Isaac, who fathered Jacob.
Yeah, that's a question.
Well, you got to answer, man. Here, in chapter 3, 45, 47 of the Quran, it says Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is not chronological?
Yeah, sure.
So Abraham fathered Isaac, who then fathered Jacob, right?
Yeah, sure.
But then why do you deny the chronology here? Thy fathers, Abraham, Ishmael, and Isaac. Whose fathers? Jacob.
And Abraham charges. So, what are you trying to tell me? It was plagiarized
No, I'm
from
telling you, your
somewhere?
Quran is a joke. It doesn't know anything. It's a very poor, corrupted, edited version of the Bible, and your Quran is a joke without the Bible. You need the Bible to answer these questions.
Yeah, maybe the scholars can answer better than me. I
But where are
just
the scholars going to get the answers? If not from the Quran, where? Because the Quran doesn't answer this. So where are they going to get the answers? Here, let me ask you another question.
Yeah, sure.
How many sons did Adam have?
How many sons did Adam have? Two. Cain and Abel, and
Where,
Seth, if you count Seth,
where does the
three.
Quran say their names? Here it is, Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, 27, 32. Here it is, Quran only. But recite unto them with truth the tale of the two sons of Adam. Where does it say their names? It doesn't. This is only mention of the sons of Adam. It doesn't tell you their name is Cain and Abel. So how did you know their names?
Okay, so you're trying to tell me that Quran is insufficient by itself.
I'm telling you,
That
the
you are
Quran makes no sense without the Bible, but the Bible shows the Quran cannot be from God. It contradicts the Bible. So without going to my Bible, what are the names of Cain and Abel? Show me that in the Quran.
But that can also be stated for the New Testament. New Testament cannot be
Are you on
is
drugs, brother?
insufficient.
Are you
Yes,
on drugs? No Christian denies New Testament depends on the Old Testament. So don't change the argument. You're the one telling me my Bible's corrupt, which is why it doesn't agree with the Bible. So no Christian denies the New Testament depends on the Old Testament. That's why we have Old and New Testaments together in our Bible. So answer the question from the Quran only. What are the names of the two sons of Adam?
yeah. According to the Quran, it's not mentioned.
Who killed who? Yeah,
Yeah,
so your Quran is a joke because when he told me Cain and Abel, you didn't get that from the Quran. You got that from the Bible. So when your scholars tell me Cain and Abel, I'll say, where'd you get that from? Oh, we got it from the Hadiths. How do you know the Hadiths are right? Where did they
but
get that? Oh, from the Bible.
but that's also true that the Bible confirms the Quran in
No,
several
it doesn't.
passages.
No, it doesn't. It shows that Allah cannot be the God of the Bible. I mean, I can show you that easily. For example, do you call Allah your father?
No, not any sense.
Not in any sense, but the Bible says the true God is our father. So how is Allah the God revealed in the Bible?
It's not a literal sense. You
Buddy,
guys, yeah,
you just said he's not your father in any sense. No
yeah,
Christian thinks God is a physical being who had physical sex to have physical children. He
yeah.
is the
That's
true father because he's spiritual. So are you saying Allah is your spiritual father?
not at all. No,
Is Allah the spiritual father of Muhammad?
no, no.
So Allah is not a spiritual father and Muhammad is not a spiritual son. Yet the Bible says if Allah is not the father and you deny the sonship of Christ, that makes you an antichrist. So why are you going to say my Bible confirms your Quran, buddy? It doesn't.
Yeah, it's kind of corrupted too. That's why it's all these
But
things are happening.
you just needed my corrupted Bible to make sense out of your Quran.
Yeah, some things are not. Some things are preserved, man.
Buddy, everything in the Quran needs my Bible because if I tell you what is Adam's wife's name,
What's Adam's wife name?
yeah,
It's yeah. I'm going to say Eve, and you're going to say it's not in the Quran. Yeah.
got it. The names of Jesus' disciples, what were they?
Okay, it's not in the Quran. Fine.
And when did Jesus minister and where?
Where did Jesus minister?
Yeah.
Israel, I guess.
Where does the Quran say Israel?
It doesn't even say Jew.
The Jews lived all over the then known world. Some were in Iraq, some were in Iran, some were in Turkey, some were in Alexandria, Egypt. So where did Jesus minister and when?
I think if you say Jews, that's actually automatically concentrate them into Israel. I guess
No.
I'm sorry.
At the
No?
time of Christ, the Jews were living all over the world. They were in Iraq, Iran, Turkey. They were in Africa. They were in Syria. They were in Lebanon. So how do you know Jesus didn't preach in Alexandria, Egypt, to the Jews there?
Because he is okay.
Because of what? Where does the Quran explain it?
Fine. Okay, I get it.
So your whole Quran needs my whole Bible, not just bits and pieces, because you don't know the sons of Adam, who they are and who killed who. You don't know who the women are. For example, Abraham, you don't know what his wife's name is. You said Sarah. Where in the Quran does it say Sarah? No woman is mentioned by name except the mother of Jesus. Why is that?
Yeah, because we venerate our prophets in some sense. Yeah.
What venerate?
Jesus.
You don't venerate Muhammad's mother. She's not mentioned in the Quran. So why is Mary the only woman mentioned by name in the entire Quran, and why is she absolutely perfect and sinless according to the Quran?
Okay.
Any answer, man?
I'm not knowledgeable yet, but I just came here to ask question. Yeah.
About what? You can't ask me anything about the Bible to contradict it, because once you contradict the Bible, you're going to have to reject your Quran, because your Quran cannot exist without my Bible. What are you not getting?
I get your argument. And I see the problem. But the thing is, I'm not that well knowledgeable in that scholarly field, so I cannot answer you that way.